Recording studio or music room which doubles up as a recording studio, as a jam room, as a Kirtan lounge, and so much more. So I'm gonna basically just divide this video into 5 chapters. The first is I'll give an overview of the musical instruments that we have, and the second is the mixers and the mixing consoles that we have. The third is the microphones. The fourth are the effects processors, and the fifth are the monitors and the speakers. So without much further ado, I go ahead. So the first thing in the line is the musical instruments, and the first thing that I'm going to show you is the acoustic guitar. So here we go. I have 2 acoustic guitars. This one here is a Yamaha F370, which is a very good guitar, and I got a Fishman pickup installed into this from the local shop, and it does its job very well. And this here is the Takamine G series solid top acoustic, which is worth a good amount, and it is gifted to me by my good friend Vishal, and it is my favorite guitar. I take it all over the place and I use it for my park kirtans and my jams and so many more things. So what next? So next I have the electric guitars. So this here is a Yamaha Pacifica electric guitar with 4 pickups which are passive. It has got 5 pickup selector with 5 positions, volume and tone knob, and I purchased this one in 2006 from Dubai, and it has been working like amazingly well since that time. So Yamaha is really good for Indian conditions, I must say. And this here again is an amazing guitar, a PRS SC Paul Lander signature model, which was again gifted to me by my very good friend Vishal, and this is again good and worth a good buck. And so that's much about the acoustic and the electric guitars, and we move on to the next segment, which is the ukulele. So this is a pretty basic plain vanilla ukulele. It doesn't have a pickup or anything, and it's pretty decent. I got it from the local shop. The thing that I forgot to tell you about the electric guitar, the PRS SE Paul Lander edition, is that it has, although it has 2 pickups, they are active. You have to install a battery in it, and it gives a pretty good output. And it has got a 3 position pickup selector and a tone and a volume knob. So that's I went back to the PRS. So this is the ukulele, and so more about the acoustics and the analog equipment. I have here a mridangam, which is very much used in Bengali music and kirtans, especially the Gaudiya kirtans. This here is a flute, which is pretty basic. I got it from a local seller, and I'm learning basically. And these here are kartals, big ones, and it has fallen, I'm sorry. And so these kartals are big ones, and they're used in kirtan very much so. So what next? So what next? Next up is the synthesis musical instruments, which are here. I'll show them to you. First one in the line is it's a Yamaha PSR 455 synthesizer, which is pretty basic but does its job well, and it has got this concept of styles, so you can have some accompaniment in the background, and you can play your lead here. It has a good portable grand patch display. It has got USB sustain and phono output connectors. That's much about the Yamaha keyboard, which I am kind of learning. Sometimes I play it, basic stuff, And here is our RSS sample pad. So it's a sample pad, which means that unlike an octo pad, I can load patches or sound samples onto an SD card here. I release it. Here it goes. It's a 4 GB SD card. So I've got some kits, samples loaded onto this SD card, and whenever I hit any one of these pads, it replaces that same sample, and it's a pretty good machine, and it does its job well. It's got a kick pedal as well, which works well in both trigger and simple switch modes. So that's about the musical instruments. So I did forget to tell you about my harmonica. So this here is a Honor Silver Star harmonica, which is, again, I'm learning and playing basic stuff on it these days. So that completes our tour of the musical instruments. So what next? Next up is our mixing consoles. So here is a Behringer Xenix 10 channel USB mixer. So this is our primary mixer basically, and it has got inbuilt effects, plenty of effects, and good boutique preamps for the mics and effects. And on the mic channels, which are two basically, you got bass, treble and mid controls. You've got back effect, the amount of effect that goes in, and it has got a phantom power supply here. So I have connected a mic here to this one, and the main out is connected to the monitors or the speakers. So that's much about the Xenix Behringer mixer. It has a pretty handy USB out connector, which I use without this OTG adapter with my laptop like this, and I put this here, and I use to record on my phone with this OTG adapter. That's so. And here is a PV8 mixer, which we purchased way back in 2007, and it's been doing its job well since then. It's an analog mixer, and it's got 8 channels, and on 4 channels it's got good quality preamps for the mics, and these are 2 stereo channels. So 4 mono plus 2 stereo channels make it an 8 channel mixer. It has got again bass, treble and mid controls on each. No effects hardly in this one. It's an old analog mixer. Headphone out. Yes, it's got phantom power here, and you have to depress it using a pen or something like that. And so this is the main mix, and Uh, it has got this effects return facility. You've got an effects processor. So there we go about the mixing consoles. And what next? So I was telling you about the microphones. So the microphones and the transducers, or equipment that we use to convert analog signal into digital, into electrical signal. So I'll begin with a condenser mic, that is a primary mic which we use in situations when there is less noise, because as you can see there is no acoustic padding or anything like that in this room. It's just a normal room which we call our music room, and we use it for kirtans and for music and for our jamming and so on and so forth. So I'll just show you the Behringer C1 microphone, which is our primary vocal microphone. As you can see, it's decent. It's a basic condenser microphone, and this little black depression here you see is the lamp for the phantom power, which lights up when we give it phantom power, and it runs only on phantom power. So be careful that you have a mixer or an interface with phantom power. So I just forgot to just going back to the mixers, I must tell you that this mixer does not give multi-track output on the digital USB out. It gives one mix, that's it. So just left and right channels on the mixing software, and that's about it. So okay, going back to the Behringer mic, it's losing focus, I guess. So let me check the settings here. Okay, I'm changing this to continuous autofocus. Okay, I got the C1 Behringer mixer. I'm sorry, I take my words back. C1 condenser mic, and the second thing in line I have is a pair of Ahuja wireless microphones, which are decent. They're not amazingly well, not as good as Shure or any other cordless microphones, but they are good. They do their job well. So they have display of channel and everything. So each mic works at different channel, and it's got out here a mixed unbalanced audio frequency out and two balanced outputs for the mics, each mic separately. So that's that. So then we go to more mics, the wired mics. So this here in the collection, the first one up here is a El Cheapo Chinese condenser mic. Pardon the focus issues that I'm having, and now maybe it will work better. This is a Shure PGA 58 legendary microphone, which is as good as the SM58 microphone, even better I must say. And this one here is the Shure C607 silver microphone, which I purchased way back in 2004 in Bombay, and it's been with me all along in all sorts of events and performances, so I just love it. This here again is a basic condenser microphone which runs on phantom power. It's pretty basic, it doesn't work all that well, I must say. This here is a wireless microphone that you can wear That's about this. And these are transducers or pickups that you can install in acoustic guitars that don't have pickups. So that's that about the mics. And these are just the power supplies and the interconnects. That's that. I close this, and we come to the fourth section, which is the sound audio processor. This here is a Zoom 707 second guitar effects processor, which I bought from a friend way back in 2003. So yes, 20 years old, and it works. You wanna see? There you go. 707 2. The first patch is an acoustic patch that is in my custom list. This button here, it's a foot button, foot switch, changes the patch. Acoustic, again I press, overdrive, so on and so forth. Give peace. I made this patch for myself. And this here is a foot pedal, analog foot pedal that that works pretty well. So this guitar effects processor can be used with electric guitars, and it's got the edit mode, which means that I can change the parameters of each patch and customize the patch and save it. And it's got a built-in drum machine, so that comes in pretty handy. So that's that about the processor. I just have one. I shared it off, and we come to the last section, which is, yes, the last section. Nobody much cares about it. These are our monitors or our speakers that we use to listen when we don't use this condenser mic. Otherwise, we use an Amazon basic multiple headphone connector, and we use multiple headphones and we play and sing. This here is a FND to stereo unit, tar stereo unit, which works pretty well. It's got line in, mic in, Bluetooth, USB and so on. And this here is a Philips party speaker, which is a very good unit. It's got 11 hours of playtime on battery, and it can be connected with aux in. It has Bluetooth. It's got mic in, 2 mics and 1 guitar, and echo controls and lovely lighting effects. So as I switch it on, it switches on with a bit of RT lightning. That's that. This here is a guitar amplifier or guitar amp. It's Peter Alvin 15 watt MI 15, and this here is a audio monitor. So that's that with our tour of the music room. I hope you enjoyed this little overview of our recording equipment and our studio and our music room and our jam room and our Kirtan lounge. So I'll end the video with who in background? Lord Krishna. And thank you, Lord Krishna, for everything and for a sense of music and the music that we make and the equipment that has been given. And thanks to all the people who have helped us in our journey. So here we go. Have a good day ahead. Shubh Mangalwar.